Welcome to Yas Marina in the Elantra. Now, this track is absolutely insane. It's one of my favorite layouts of Yas Marina. So we decided to go for the Elantra to see what it's like at this track. Getting a great start off the line, starting off in position 8. We have a Elantra to our right, Elantra in front, and a Honda Civic in front as well. It's quite a varied pack of cars on here, which is quite nice to see. We also have Audis, a 308, and a couple of other mismatched cars. It's great to see that touring cars has in general changed, and there's a lot more varied cars on the track, which I absolutely love to see. Let me know down in the comments below which you think is your favorite touring car at the moment. And it's like I say, it's always great to see a Honda Civic actually being competitive for a change, because it was a great car to drive. Coming down into this corner now, we are up to position 7, getting very close to the Elantra up in front and the Honda Civic as well. Honda Civic starts taking flying lessons. I don't know if that makes you any faster. It'd be really interesting to know, but it's incredible that the Honda's become that powerful now that it can actually levitate off the ground. I think it's absolutely insane. You've been breaking into the section now, they are up in the air and just not burning any rubber. I think it's brilliant, and it's a shame that not all the touring cars can do that, as I do batter my way through that corner there right now. Coming across the line, we are about to start lap 2. Thankfully, we made another move on the Hyundai, and we are up to position 6. Braking down the second gear, turning it over the curb, accelerator to the side. 308 ghosts, so we was able to use their ghosted abilities to maximize the corner, as I am bouncing off the rev limiter, coming through this corner just about perfect, and out the other side. You got to really squeeze onto that corner, and you can really abuse the track limits there, and it really does gain you a lot of time. There's a lot of reallys in that sentence there. Coming down here in second gear, turning in and making that move on the Elantra. We are up to position 4. We are now 1.7 seconds away from position 3 right now, and we're starting to slowly break away from the car behind, which is brilliant news. I mean, we're only at the end of we're coming up to the end of lap 2, and we have overtaken a couple of cars already, and we're almost onto the podium position at the end of lap 2. Oh, the car behind uses me as a brake. Got to love it. And thankfully the steward said no penalty for that one, not for me anyway. Unusual that it does happen. It's not the first time I've gotten a penalty for braking in a braking zone, but thankfully the stewards actually had a bit of common sense today, not like the last few occasions. Come around here, missing the corner there a little bit and going wide here. Lucky enough I didn't go off track. I will gain a penalty. Cut in this corner as much as you're brave to do. Get as close to that wall as you can. Back over here on the other side. The tail is sticking out a little bit, but you can really go over the track limits there. Don't go onto the grass, but keep your right hand wheel on the curb. Keep the left hand wheels on the coloured stuff, because you can really get those track limits, and it really does gain you a lot of time. I like to take this corner very shallow to start with, very slow, but very fast on the exit. Reason is because you get a much better run down the straight. As you can see now, we are almost 2 seconds away from position 5, which was Obama Woods, which was the Elantra we took over, and only 1 second away from the car up in front, ZK 6823. Braking just after the 150 meter board as the coloured curbs come in, and coming around here in second gear, starting applying that power as much as you can into third. Over this curb we go, and really pushing it out of this corner with maximum throttle. Coming down here now, we're going to be looking out for the 100 board on the right hand side. That'll be our braking point. Down the third gear, turning in over that curb, get as close to that wall as you can, and then you come onto this curb on the right hand side. Coming out of here, it's still in third gear, get as close to that wall as you dare to do so. Holding it in third gear, coming around here now, going off track because I turned a little bit too early here. Thankfully, no penalty though. No penalty. Wow, the stewards are really on my side today. Braking at the 100 here, down to second gear, turning in, let's say, nice and deep early in, and then straighten up a little halfway out, bringing yourself out whilst applying that power. Don't increase wheel spin, but just pull the car out of that corner, and you get a much better run down this back straight. Coming down here, we're still 1 second away from the Audi up in front. Flat out, looking out for the 150 board on the right side, just after it where the curb starts. So that's my braking marker, and I go down in second gear, turning over the sausage here, and then start applying the power gently and accelerating out the other side, over this curb here on the right hand side, and then away we go. We are still 1 second away from the car in front, so I've really got to start pulling something out of the bag to catch this person up. Thankfully, though, we are... Oh, position 5 has changed, but we are now 3.6 seconds away from position 5 as well. So we are gaining a massive amount of time away from them. I've just got to be a bit more exceptional and not miss my corners, like I've just done again, to catch up to this car up in front. Because, you know, we would like podium position, I'm sure. Braking at 100 board here, down to second gear, turning in again, nice and tight. And then start accelerating out of that corner. And away we go. We are still 1 second away from the car in front, but we are doing better on our lap time, though. Overall lap time should be in the 108s if all goes to plan, which is absolutely brilliant. Bearing in mind, I am on medium tyres as well, as some others may well be on soft tyres. It is a short race. As we're turning here, second gear, over the curb we go. Over the curb again. There we go. Look at that. That was really nicely done. That was put in this corner as much as you can. Again, be careful because you can get a penalty for that. But there we are. Almost half a second up this lap. And 108.524. Brilliant lap time that is, especially on medium tyres. I'm not too sure. Other people could well be on hard tyres. Hopefully that might be a penalty. And I don't think it is, sadly. But we are only 0.3 seconds away from them as well. As we're turning in this corner, really pushing on that power, really braving those track limits and getting right up their snorkel. My bumper is not your brake. That is a lovely sticker. I think a lot of cars should have naturally. Let me know down in the comments below. If you do agree, hit that like button as well, because that makes all the difference. If a lot of cars have this, it may stop a lot of rear ending and people may use their brakes as they enter a braking zone. Just saying. Coming down here now. Planning to overtake in a moment. I just got right behind them, make them aware. This is, yeah, it is a great spot to overtake, but also not at the same time, because if you overtake too early, they can use a bit of slipstream to get back on you as well. So I planned on making them aware I'm here. I'm going to try and overtake in the next couple of corners here. Quite dicey move, but you know, you can only try it. Braking at 100 board here. They're going to take this shallower line, so I'm going to let them cut out. Going outside, I'm going to cut in and go up the inside here. I was hoping to get a bit of a better run out of that corner. So I might have to surrender this next corner here, because this outside part of the track is not the greatest. And I couldn't get the inside grippy bit. So rather than having contact with the Audi, I surrendered and I will try again in a moment. Because you have another 2 laps to go, there is no rush. And I do quite like looking at that sticker that says, my bumper is not your brake. I mean, it depends on the situation, I'm not going to lie, but where I'm overtaking where I said I wouldn't overtake. Yeah. Contact has been made because I'm going in a straight line and they want to swap to the other side to get inside line on the next corner, but I'm happily outbrake them because I have bigger cojones and managed to make that corner work and keep into it. Now, if you think that was incredible, let me know down in the comments below how big my cojones are. I don't know. You can only laugh once. Right, braking at 100 board here, down to third gear, over that curb we go, and accelerating out the other side. Come over to the right hand side again, and then cutting on the left. Really try and get as close to that wall as you dare to do so. Bring it back over to the right hand side. I am still in third gear. Let off the throttle and put it back on. Letting off the throttle does help with the steering. It brings the car back a little bit and keeps it under control. Thus, if you use your brakes, you can get the back end to step out, which you don't natively want, like, you know. So you really use the gears to help me out a lot in cornering all the revolutions of the engine. We are 8.8 seconds away from the car up in front, unless they crash into a wall. I very much doubt I'm going to catch them, but we are now 1.4 seconds away from the car we have just overtaken. Braking just after the 150 board, down to second gear. I did lock up a little bit there. This car, I find with the tune I put on it, quite easy to lock up. A bit frustrating at times because sometimes you don't realize you're locking up and you're like, oh dear me, like, you know. So it can lock up quite easily for myself, although I have reduced the brake pressure a little bit. Braking at 100 board here, down to third gear, turning in. I do like having a bit of lock up. And let me know down in the comments below, do you enjoy having lock up or do you run with ABS? I enjoy having a little bit of lock up sometimes because it does help you rotate, but because the suspension is so stiff on this one, it can lock up quite easily because there's no nosedive pushing into the front wheels, thus increasing grip. so it is a little bit easier to lock up, but handling wise it is absolutely spot on. So I've sat there and thought to myself, compromise, I might not have the perfect braking, but I've got the cornering ability the way I'm most comfortable with, and it complements my driving as well as the car. So I left it as it is rather than make minor adjustments just to suit the braking a little bit more. It's just got to be more listen out for the braking in your headphones or on the ears, make sure they're not wheel spinning. But this is our final lap. We're going to cross that line and get that podium position. Number 3, away we go. Absolutely brilliant. And the tyres just clicked onto minor wear there. Just noticed that. Interesting. Absolutely brilliant. But don't go away just yet. We have another race coming up, which is going to be absolutely incredible. Before we get there, though, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which are Jeffrey Anderson, Andy Good, DMC Motorsport, Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, John Burns, and AK47, and Sapphire. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. If you also like to support the channel, hit that join button down below, and don't forget to subscribe. On to Watkins Glen, where I have dug out my old 308 because I wanted to see what it compared to, compared to the Astra here at Watkins Glen. Again, it is a short race. I've chosen medium tires, and we had a great start off the line. Turning myself into a bit of a brave sandwich as I go in between two cars here, but we're going to be braking into this corner now. Honda Civic's going quite deep and slow. I've got a car to my right, car to my left, car going off to the right, and we are through in one piece. Interesting. And the Elantra moved to the left, slowed down, and then clipped me on the right. Okie dokie. I'm not too sure what that was about. Ravi Pasta TV is saying something in chat. Honda Civic got absolutely wrecked from somehow. And we're following this smooth 2005 Golf up in front. I don't think the Golf is the 2005 model, but their name may indicate so. So they could have also had a futuristic car. Coming around this corner now, we are up to position 11. We did start off quite low down the pack. I didn't qualify for this race, as you guys know. I very rarely qualify. I've tried qualifying the other day. I noticed the bug was back where on PC, and then let me know Xbox users as well if you're having this issue. But I was qualifying on PC, there was a stutter when someone joined the lobby, and I lost a second. So what's the point in qualifying that every time you get a stutter, you lose a second of the qualifying time? It's really frustrating, you know, because 1 second is a huge amount of time to lose when everybody's qualifying reasonably around about the same time. 1 second puts you at the end. It could easily do that. So to me, giving up with that one again until Forza fixed the game and actually fixed the problems that have been there from day one. Gone off track, got a penalty, 0.7 seconds, because I massively gained by being a pixel over the line, apparently. So I'm right up the rear end of this Golf up in front, not too sure where they're going to go. Come on, buddy, which side you want to go on? You're going to go to the right, or you're going to go to the left? I don't know, I'm going to go to the left, because a lot of them to the right, and I've lost a lot of speed now. Braking at the ambulance on the left-hand side, down to 4th gear, through the bus stop we go, and the Golf has gone camping on the lawn, was back on track, properly safe. That was a real safe rejoin, credit where credit is due, and in all respect though, no respect to Smooth 2005 there, but the Forza AI system should have ghosted them because they did go off track, so the rejoin would have compromised any other drivers. There was really nowhere for that guy to go anyway, so that's why I say they should have ghosted. But Forza and Infinite Wisdom decided that is not an area to ghost. We enjoy seeing the carnage develop. Right, we are up to position 10 now, which is great because I'm in the top 10 now. We have WA8J up in front, getting destroyed by the... How on earth did I miss that? I have no idea. That was a pixel close, but... I don't think them two are friends because I'm looking in the rearview mirror now and they're still rubbernecking each other. So, yeah, Ravi Pasta TV is still talking a lot in chat. No idea what position they're in. Just gone through position 22. And we have Baza T up in front in the link, which is nice to see. I haven't seen the link in a little while. Breaking down the 4th gear, over the curb we go. And making it through out the other side, actually. Going to cut the inside of the link here. That was a smooth move right there. 95 miles per hour around this corner. See the blue hut, start accelerating out the other side. And hopefully we're going to have the run on the link. Not too sure how fast this Peugeot is now. but hopefully the handling characteristics are still the same, and I can provide a competitive lap time comparing it with the Astra. But during the entry of that corner, the Link has made contact, because contact had to be made as you go through a corner, squeezing them out into the walls, hoping they'll clip the wall a little bit harder and thus slowing them down, but it was not the case. So I'm going to stay to the right hand side here and then slide over to the left as I hit the braking zone, braking down the third gear, contact again because can't do it without contact, and accelerating out of the other side. Coming through here, we have made that move on a Bazza T behind, whilst they also carry a 2.2 seconds worth of penalties. Car up in front has a 1.4 seconds worth of penalties. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize we're up to position 6 at the moment. I totally forgot we had that carnage on the last lap, thus bumping us up to 1.6. Now I just need to catch up to Smy 898952 up in front, who is also carrying a 1.4 second penalty. So I need to be within 0.7 seconds of them. It's going to be quite a tall order now to catch them up, because they are almost 3 seconds away, with cars up in front helping them along. So that's a little bit of speed boost, whilst also I might be in the not fastest car of the game. Going off track again because the first time wasn't enough. Thankfully, the steward said no penalty in that one. I didn't gain any time for once. Yep. The car behind did though, because they were on 2.2, now they're on 2.5. So work that one out, I have no clue. Braking at a 200 meter board down the third gear, turning in. I was doing a private lobby race over the weekend with my Discord members, and if you'd like to take part of that, come and join us down in Discord. The link is in the description. Where me and a fellow driver both did exactly the same thing on that corner, went off track, went wide, and I received a penalty and the car behind did not. We did both exactly the same thing at exactly the same speed all the way through. So I have no idea how the calculation works of going not fault or no penalty, and then the car up in front gets a penalty, or either other way around. It doesn't make a difference. I just could not believe it. It made zero sense to me. But the stewards said what they needed to say, told us how they worked the system out, although I didn't understand it, so we have to let it be. Catching up to the cars up in front, 1.3 seconds away now. We are coming up to the end of lap 5 for the start of lap 6. Question being though, I also have to keep pace upon them. We're catching up to Nath X, who's 1.2 seconds away. Oh, I don't know. Braking at a 200 board on the left hand side, down the third gear, turning in through the curb, accelerating out the other side. We are, after blunts, what is now 1.9 seconds away, so they've overtaken Bazza, or Bazza's disappeared, I'm not too sure. But we are, the car up in front has a 1.9 second penalty now. I have a 0.7, so I keep that position if I manage to overtake them. Interesting. Rear tyres are blue at the moment, so I might have to make some minor adjustments to this tune to get it a bit right again, because obviously with the BOP changes, the car behaves a little bit differently. Come around this corner now, going, Bazza quit. Okay, fair enough. That answers that question, doesn't it? Oh, that car behind is an Astra. Anyway, coming down here now, we are 1.5 seconds away from the car in front. I do have a 0.7 second penalty. Didn't do very well on the outer loop, so braking at 200 board here, turning in and accelerating out the other side. Coming back over to the left hand side here, touching the brakes down the third gear into the pot, and then accelerating out the other side. Could have done that much faster. That was very slow through there from me. But we are only 1.3 seconds away from the cars in front. Them two have been battling for a little while. So hopefully something will develop from there. We only have 2 laps left to go. And yeah, something might develop. You never know. And that means we may gain a position, or I may lose one if I end up joining the party. We are losing a little bit of time from them actually. I think that Mercedes may be quite a competitive car now. From what I've read and heard from a lot of people, it is pretty pokey. So they are now 1.7 seconds away, because obviously the Mercedes will be dragging that other car through. I have an Astra breathing all over me behind, which is after blunts, which is not what I really wanted, really. butchering this outer loop now because Afterblunts distracted me and accelerating out the other side. We have lost a lot of time for the cars up front. I couldn't believe that. I was looking in the mirror going, oh my gosh, he caught up to me quick. Oh my gosh, there's a corner in front. Totally forgetting. Jamie's ghosted, but he's now in position 20. So he's gained 2 positions by doing nothing in the race, which is insane if you think about it. I know 2 people may have quit, but you know, you never know. Coming up to the finish line, well, start finish line for our final lap. Now we're looking up for the 200 ball on the left hand side, braking down the 3rd gear. Rear tyres are still nice and blue because they're lovely and cold. And accelerating out the other side. Front tyres are looking about, they want to click onto minor wear, which is quite reasonable really. I think, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think it's better that the short races are now 10 minutes instead of 8 minutes? Or did you prefer when they're 8 minutes so you can get away with 1 set of soft tyres? I'm in 50-50 about it. I like the idea of the race being a little bit longer, and it's quite nice. 10 minutes does seem quite the sweet spot. But I'd also like to be able to use soft tyres for once. You know, I find that they're very underutilized because the excessive wear that the wears at 4 times in multiplayer races. So you very rarely get the opportunity to use soft tyres unless it's specific circumstances. And it seems like a wasted tyre compound to me. I think if for short races, they should have 2 times wear, for example, and soft tyres. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As we're about to cross that finish line, we actually managed to get a lot of time away from Afterblunts. I didn't realise they had a 4-second penalty. Probably the tyres gave up at the end. My tyres are almost there. Cross the line, we go in position 6. Absolutely brilliant race. I couldn't believe how I narrowly missed that crash. 116.555, which is pretty much the same as what I did in the Astra. So this car, I think the Astra did 116.4. So very, very close overall. Thank you for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.